we watching right now? A soap, a crime thriller, a psychological war? Because this has turned into chaos, pure chaos. And yes, I know next week is shorter because of UEFA coverage. I know, we're getting robbed. I'm mad too. I was already preparing for a full week of madness and then boom, schedule cuts. But weirdly, it almost makes everything worse in the best way because the little we are getting feels explosive. Because the Plasma King story, it's boiling. It's not simmering anymore. It's boiling over. And I need to talk about Grayson first because what even was that last week? Grayson gets stabbed by Ren, and I still can't get over how brutal that was. I remember watching it and literally saying out loud, no, don't do this. Because it didn't feel like a warning. It felt personal. Ren wasn't just sending a message. Ren was trying to erase a problem. Huge difference. And then Leah can't find Grayson. No trace. Gone. Missing. Like smoke. And somehow bleeding, hunted, probably half conscious. This man drags himself to Ashley's house. Ashley, out of everyone. And tell me that isn't destiny or disaster. Maybe both. Because Grayson didn't just seek shelter. He dragged Ashley into hell. And I keep thinking about Ashley opening that door. Imagine it. Late night, knock at the door. She opens it. Grayson half dead. Blood. Fear. Secrets. I would have screamed. I'm serious. Tea. I would have dropped whatever was in my hand. Coffee mug. Gone. Phone. On the floor. Because in that second, Ashley's normal life is over. Finished. And this is what kills me. Grayson didn't mean to pull her in, but he did. And now she knows something is wrong. Very wrong. And once people start knowing pieces, the whole conspiracy starts cracking. That's why Jacob has me losing my mind too. Because Jacob can't reach Grayson, and you can feel the panic. Real panic. Not I'm worried panic. The kind where your chest gets tight, where you start replaying every mistake, every warning, every choice, and Jacob blaming himself, that hurts. Because you can feel the guilt. He brought Grayson into this. Now Grayson may die because of it. That's not easy to carry. Then Smitty says Grayson wasn't at the hospital. And immediately Jacob knows. Ashley's, he knows. And I love that because it shows how connected Jacob and Grayson have become. He can predict him. But here's the nightmare. Does Jacob go there? That is the question. And I keep going back and forth. Because if Jacob goes to Ashley's house, he risks blowing his cover. Everything he's been building undercover, gone, poof, dead. And if his identity gets exposed inside Plasma King, he's not just done. He's dead. You hear me? Dead. But if he doesn't go, he loses Grayson. Maybe forever? How do you choose? Mission or friend? Truth or survival? I don't know. I honestly don't. And I'm yelling at the screen thinking, Jacob, go. Go now. Then 5 seconds later, no, don't go. It's a trap. See? I can't even make up my own mind. That's how twisted this storyline is. But I swear, I think Jacob goes. I do. I think emotion wins. Because if Jacob gets to Grayson before Leah's threat sinks in, everything changes. Everything, because Grayson knows who the hospital contact is. That matters. That is nuclear information. And Jacob may not even realize he is one confession away from blowing Plasma King open. One confession, one, and Ashley, she wants answers. Of course she does. Imagine hiding a stabbed fugitive in your home and being told don't ask questions. Excuse me? No. She deserves truth. And I actually think Ashley becomes crucial. Maybe even an unexpected ally. Because I can see Jacob pleading, please keep this secret. And Ashley agreeing. Maybe terrified. Maybe angry. But agreeing. And honestly, Ashley may become safer inside the truth than outside it. Because once Leah starts calling, which we know she does, everything gets darker. And can we talk about Leah? Because wow, this woman is unraveling. People keep acting like Leah is composed. No, no. She is desperate. There's a difference. She's trying to contact Grayson, not out of concern, out of control. She needs to know if he'll betray her. She needs to know if he'll talk, because secrets are eating her alive. And I love that, because villains cracking under pressure, chef's kiss, and I can almost hear that phone call. Cold voice, soft threat, something like, you know what happens if you talk? View, chills, and poor Grayson standing between two impossible choices. Tell Jacob the truth and trust protection, or stay silent and be hunted by Leah and Ren. Tell me that isn't torture, because Ren already stabbed him once. Who says there isn't a second attempt? Exactly. And this is why I keep screaming, Grayson, talk. Talk. Say everything. Burn it all down. Because if Leah scares him into silence, that may be the tragedy. And I worry. I really worry, because trauma makes people hide. And Grayson has been surviving, not strategizing. Huge difference. But if Jacob reaches him first, I think Grayson breaks. I think he confesses, and if that happens, Plasma King starts collapsing. Maybe not immediately, but cracks form. And once cracks form, boom, explosion. But hold on, because somehow, that isn't even the only madness this week. Because Bill and Haley, I have thoughts. I do not trust Haley. Not for 1 second. Not one. And that office lunch scene, something is wrong. Bill struggling while eating, face tightening, pine, possible choking, or poison finally hitting. Hello? How are we calm about this? We shouldn't be calm, because I'm sitting here staring at Haley's reaction like, girl, why are you so composed? Too composed, way too composed, and then pretending to cry? Please, please. I've seen that face before. That is performance. That is theater. And I swear, if she poisoned him, that is monstrous. Calculated, passion, cold, and what makes it darker, I can absolutely see her waiting, just waiting. Bill collapses. She counts seconds, then screams for help. Staged innocence. That is so Haley-coded it hurts. But I do not think she wins. No, I think fate interrupts. Again, because I have this gut feeling Tomas shows up at exactly the right second. Classic soap timing. Door opens. House. Bill drops. Tomas rushes in. Hospital. Haley's perfect murder ruined. And I need that. I need that. Because she has slipped through too much. Too much. And Bill, listen, Bill has made bad choices. A lot. But being poisoned by someone playing devoted, that is sick. And if Tomas starts putting puzzle pieces together, Haley should be terrified, because Tomas is sniffing around already. And pulling Danny into it, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Because Danny sees through lies. She does. She feels manipulation. And the second Tomas starts mentioning suspicions, watch Danny go full warrior. I can see it already. Something about Haley isn't right. Exactly. Yes. Say it louder. And then Lynette enters the investigation. Now we're talking. Because whatever Tomas finds there, I believe it damages Haley badly. Very badly. Maybe financial lies. Maybe identity lies. Maybe something even uglier. And Tomas, looking for allies, tells me he's preparing for war, not questions. War, and I am seated. Completely seated. Because imagine Danny and Tomas joining forces against Haley. That could be lethal for Haley. Maybe deservedly. Sorry, not sorry. And if Bill survives and learns Haley may have tried to kill him, that's an apocalypse. An emotional apocalypse. And I want every second. Then, because apparently chaos needed another layer, Martin and Smitty, this one feels quieter, but dangerous, because family tension can explode harder than crime sometimes. Smitty calling out Martin over the Senate run, I felt that. Because he isn't wrong. He isn't. Politics plus investigations plus children in danger, that's too much. I actually sided with Smitty. Yeah, I said it. Because Martin keeps acting, ambition and duty can coexist without cost. Sometimes they can't. Sometimes family pays. And Smitty knows it. He sees storm clouds and Martin maybe refuses to. That scares me. Because those are the storylines that suddenly become tragedy. The ones everyone underestimates. And I wonder, does this fight become bigger? Marriage fracture bigger? Because pressure like this cracks foundations. And I hate saying it, but I feel something ugly is brewing there. I do. Maybe not break up ugly, but something. Then Samantha and Terrell. Okay, can we breathe for 1 second? Because even in teenage drama, there is drama. Samantha upset Tyrell gets to date while she doesn't. Honestly, I laughed because that is so real. That is such sibling fairness logic. If he can, why can't I? Classic. But also valid. And I actually think June stepping in would be beautiful because not every conflict needs explosion. Some need guidance, and I'd love a softer emotional beat there, especially surrounded by poison, stabbings, and criminal syndicates. Can we have one conversation about teen love, please? Just one? But even there, I wonder if Samantha's rebellion escalates because forbidden teenage emotions, never simple, never. And this show loves planting little domestic stories that later become huge. So I'm watching that too, always. Now, can I tell you what I really think happens next? Because this is where my mind goes off the rails. I think Jacob goes to Ashley. Secretly, at night, maybe through the back, maybe wounded Grayson is barely awake. Ashley demanding answers. Jacob arrives. And boom, truth spills. Maybe not all, enough. And Grayson reveals hospital contact, maybe even names inside Plasma King. And right when momentum builds, Leah strikes. Maybe tracks him, maybe sends Ren, maybe Ashley becomes endangered. And if Ashley gets targeted because she helped Grayson, I will lose it. Actually lose it. Because that would raise stakes beyond anything. And I keep thinking, what if Ashley becomes bait? What if Leah uses Ashley to control Grayson? Oh, that is dark. But Pasib, very possible. And Ren. I do not believe Ren is done. Not even close. People think stabbing was climax. No, that was warning shot. Ren returns. I'm calling it maybe bigger violence, maybe betrayal twist, maybe Ren turns on Leah even. Don't rule that out because criminals eat each other, always. And what if, just what if, Grayson secretly recorded something? I keep circling that. What if he has proof and nobody knows and it surfaces later? Can you imagine? I'd scream. Literal scream. As for Haley, I think her mask slips. Suing. Very soon. Maybe Tomas corners her. Maybe Danny notices inconsistencies. Maybe Lynette evidence blows open. But I think Haley starts panicking. And panicked villains make mistakes. And mistakes expose monsters. I'm ready. So ready. And Bill, if he survives, which I think he does, he may finally see. Finally, maybe too late, but see. And once a man realizes he has been manipulated, oh, that revenge can be cold, very cold. And I kind of want it. I do. I'm pet to you. I admit it. Now, let me say something about the UEFA preemption, because yes, I'm annoyed, but weirdly, sometimes fewer episodes sharpen suspense. We sit with these cliffhangers longer, we obsess, we theorize, we suffer together, and maybe that's the point. Because I have not stopped thinking about Grayson bleeding his way to Ashley's door. That image lives in my head. And Jacob choosing between duty and loyalty, that is storytelling. That is conflict. That is why I'm hooked. And honestly, this whole Plasma King arc feels like it's moving toward a betrayal none of us see coming. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Somebody flips, somebody unexpected. Maybe Leah, maybe Ren, maybe even someone inside Jacob's side. Wouldn't that be insane? Don't tell me you can't see it, because I can, and that's what terrifies me. This story has gotten too tense for simple outcomes. Someone pays. Question is, who? Grayson? Ashley? Jakob? Bill? I don't know, and I kind of love not knowing, even while it destroys me. And can I be honest? I'm rooting for Grayson harder now than ever. Because wounded fugitives with guilty consciences trying to do one brave thing before it's too late, that gets me every time. Every time. Talk, Grayson. Please, expose them. Don't let Leah win. Don't let fear win. And, Jakob, if you're hearing me through the screen somehow, go to Ashley's house. Go. I'm begging fictional characters now. See what this show has done to me? I'm unwell. And if Haley smirks one more time while pretending innocence, I might throw a pillow at the television. I mean it. So yeah, short week, but small week? No, absolutely not. This feels like pressure cooker storytelling. Everything tightening, everything shaking. And I swear, by the time this Plasma King ring explodes, it's going to take half these people with it. Mark my words. And if I'm wrong, fine. But if I'm right, we are heading into one of the wildest stretches this show has done. I can feel it. I really can. So tell me I'm not the only one losing my mind over Jacob possibly risking his cover. Tell me I'm not the only one convinced Haley tried to kill Bill. Tell me I'm not the only one terrified Leah is one call away from destroying Grayson. Because I know I'm not. We're all screaming together at this point. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way.